Mr. Smith, if you want to stay on my page tonight, okay. Um, Last night's show was no conversation, okay? I don't give a fuck about last night's show. I'm ready to do this show today. And good midday to you. It's a beautiful but yet wet Wednesday here in the city of Memphis. At least the last time I looked out, uh, it was wet. I was looking out this morning while I was on the air. I was looking at one of my cameras that I have on the house because I have not left this house in about 3 days. You know, I just do everything here, and you stay safe. Uh, you don't become um, a victim or a statistic in Memphis. But I was on the air doing my blues show this morning, and I just thought it was raining a little bit here in the city. But I have cameras in my house, so if I want to see what's going on outside, I look outside to see what's going on. So, and it was pouring down rain, and I got off the air, and because I wasn't feeling that good, I got off the air and went on right back. Hey, Arita, and went right on back to bed. You know, and when I get off the air, I carry my phone, I carry my tablet, I carry a pad, carry a pen, and I get back in bed. And I handle my business from the bed. And I got a call that, in fact, a young lady called me, texted me rather while I was on the air, and I don't answer the phone when I'm on the air. There's another phone number that I use for the radio show that people from all over the country text me from while I'm playing the blues. And I know this young lady, Wendy Jackson, lovely young lady. And she was reaching out to me because her nephew was was murdered last week. It appears that he was lured to what was supposed to be a graduation dinner or a graduation party that young folk have, but he was killed. His name was Ronnie Ware Jr. They called him June June. And they're going to be having his visitation this evening. And I may run out there because like I said, I haven't left the house in 3 days. I may run out there this evening. They're having his wake, as we call it. It's been called for years. I don't know why we call it a wake when ain't nobody's when the folk asleep. But in the funeral business, we call it a visitation service. They're going to have it this evening from 5 on to 7 out at the Serenity Funeral Home out on Sycamore View Road. And they're going to have the celebration of life on Saturday, June the 12th, at the Greater New Liberty Church. But she reached out to me because it appears from what she was saying to me that they've done more work than the police have done. They've tracked his phone, they've got some other information out. And when the funeral is over, which will be Saturday, one day next week, I want to deal with this for this family. I'm gonna put some names out there. I'm gonna make some calls on the air. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being of assistance to this family. One of the reasons I'm really concerned about this family is a family that works hard. From what I understand, the young man worked hard. But one of the reasons I'm so concerned is that this mother, this is the second son that this mother has lost to violent death at the age of 18. This city has become one of the most senseless places to live when it comes to the violence. I haven't even counted or just really read off the shootings that took place on last night. And it seems that politicians have no idea, no grasp of the situation. It was disturbing but not surprising when I got the information out of City Hall the other day that the new police director, C.J. Davis, wanted to have a meeting with myself and probably some other activists to get an idea of some things that could be done to slow the crime. You'll never stop crime, but to slow and make a deterrence to crime. And she was told out of City Hall not to meet with me. I'm not reasonable. That's what Mayor Jim Strickland told her. I'm not reasonable. And I guess when it comes to bullshit, I ain't. I'm not reasonable with anyone's bullshit. Nobody's. But it would seem that this current mayor would want anything. What's going on, Ben? Would want anybody that may have some ideas to sit down and let's hash it out. I understand that the director, the new director, we call them directors here, y'all call them chiefs elsewhere, has no reason to take what I say and do it. Okay? None whatsoever. But she does not know the city. She does not know the real hurts and the real pains of this city. I have announced that I'm running for mayor of this particular city. And sometimes I ask myself, have I bitten off more than I can chew? Will I get support from the common man? The common man. Not the monthly mucks. Carletta says, I won't get no support from the common man. Then why are you here, baby? I'm on the air, Steve. What's anything up?
I called us from last night.
Let me call you when I get off the air.
All
Um, Mrs. Smith, do you live in the city of Memphis? I think about it. That ain't what you said, call that one. I think about it, though. I think about it. And I got a call. No, I got a text from a guy who has a talk show host, who is a talk show host. Guy that I know and know him well. He's on WMQM every day. Yeah, you got, but Mr. Smith, where you registered to vote at? You having property in Memphis and not being registered to vote here is two different things, brother. Reverend Andrew Gann texted me this morning, and Pastor Gann said, I don't know how the haters are, but I talked to so many people that would vote for you as mayor. This city needs help. And I replied to him, I said, man, I was wondering what people were actually saying. Then he comes back and says, I don't know about the preachers, but the common people love it. Then I do LOL, I'm sure I won't get preacher support. And then he comes back because he's also a pastor here in the city. He says, yes, you will some. There are many like me that feel Thad can't tell it on you if you ain't doing it. The Bible says expose false leaders. Then I get another text, and I don't like doing that long texting, um, from a young lady that we've had political differences. We haven't had personal differences. That has a network of her own, who has a talk show that's on WMQM. But she does, I found out today, that she streams just like I do. And she wanted me to appear on her show on the 22nd. And she wants to talk about the state of the city. She's on Tuesdays from 5 until 7. And I had started to say, no, that's going to be a little tight because I thought she was broadcasting from the actual radio station. which is way on the other side of town, and I have to be here to do my own show at 7. But I found out that her show is probably less than 2 minutes from my house. So I'm going to appear on her show on the 22nd. Because she wants me in the studio. Okay, in the studio. So I'm in it to win it. Then I had another call from a very dear friend of mine. This young lady and I have been friends for almost 20 years. We've worked on projects together. And because she was employed by a national furniture chain, they moved her from Memphis to Chicago. And she said, "Man, I'm ready to come back home today." She said, I done quit Ashley's and I'm ready to come back home. Um, I said, "I need you." I said, because in putting a campaign together, you have to be, your inner circle has to be people that you need. We'll cut that air on too high. Okay? You have to have people that you trust, you need. No one person got all the skill set. You have to bounce ideas and strategies off of people. So I'm going to put together a grassroots campaign. I ain't got the millions to put it in. I'd be foolish to put millions into the mayoral race anyway. My format is basically one thing, my platform, and that's crime. The deterrence of crime. Getting a handle on crime. Making the police do what they were hired to do. It bothers me, and I've looked at the film, that with all of the crime that is going on in the city of Memphis, that the police department found it necessary to go out and confiscate a basketball goal. I find that ludicrous. I find that insanity. Here we are saying that we want our young people not to kill, not to carjack. They need something else to do. And the police, using a little known law, confiscate a basketball goal. Now, just how crazy is that? You called because somebody said that that was a disturbance. Disturbance. Police come, then get a pickup truck, put the basketball goal on the pickup truck, give one of the kids a citation. What individual, and they were at their own house, but what individual calls the police and say, they playing basketball out there, they disturbing me, come get them? When in many cases the police are slow to respond to somebody breaking in your house, they are slow to respond to many other situations that are going on in this community. You can call police. Somebody just breaking in my house. And it takes them 30 minutes to get there. This is totally ludicrous. But the mayor, the city council members, you say nothing. You say absolutely nothing. I don't understand it. Make it make sense to me. It does not. I hadn't seen the the tape at first, and I was laying there, like I told you, I hadn't been feeling good today. I was laying there, and all my kids were in the bed that I work with. And somebody sent me the video. Not in front of somebody else's house. They took the basketball court. There's a little known law on the books that if you are blocking traffic, you're not getting out the way of traffic, that they can take your goal. Now, who the hell don't get out the way of cars in the street? You get ran over, don't you? But as the mayor of this city, that bullshit would not happen. Would not happen on my watch. Do some heads would roll. There are too many things that are important to people in this community. Somebody asked me, will white folk vote for you? Somebody asked me, what you gonna do for white folk? I'm gonna try and make it possible for white folk to be able to go to the park, be able to go downtown, and come back alive. Ain't nothing else I can do for white folk. What else you want me to do for the white folk? My platform is crime. The police will have to do their job. You can't abuse citizens, but you're going to have to do your damn job. You ain't going to be able to hang out at the donut shop. Crime is taking place. Some may call what my plans are over policing. But right now, Memphis, Tennessee is in a state of emergency. If we are averaging 6 to 10 murders a week, something is wrong. We don't really want to say, well, the issue is. We don't want to be honest. We don't want to say that it's black folk killing black folk. It's us killing us. The activists don't want to say it. The politicians don't want to say it. You want to look for excuses for these young black hoodlums, these thugs, these gang members for killing. We got to save their lives. You can't be saved unless you want to be saved. I got a plan for that. I got a plan for salvation. I got the plan of salvation. I've got a person in mind that could actually do it. The city has tried to copy off of Dr. Ryan Futrell and Youth University. I got that. And we will try to mentor and help those that want to be helped. But I will have zero tolerance for these young gang members that's just killing folk for the sake of killing folk, robbing folk for the sake of robbing folk, carjacking folk for the fact that they just want to take your car. If we have to lock them up, stack them up, and they got to sleep on top of themselves in incarceration, places of incarceration, then so be it. There are so many things that the police already have in their hands that they don't use. Curfew law is already there. The provision to find parents is already there. You don't use that law, but you use a law to take a basketball goal. Some says, Baddies, you got enemies in Memphis. I know. And I know that most of those enemies that I have here in the city are people who can't stand the truth. Or I done talked about you in the past. I know. I know that. They they gonna do you just like they did the church. They didn't support when you had the church building. So why you think they gonna support you running for mayor? And that's a good thought. That's that's a good thought. But if not me, who? You want to give the political game players that jump in the race. Yeah. The already politicians who've been in office 8 years and they're turned out. Yeah, they're turned out and they need a job. They need a political job. Political groups that want to whitewash this situation. I saw a brother or someone on YouTube say, I'm a Republican, but I vote for you. Well, the mayor's race and the city races are nonpartisan races. You don't run as a Democrat or a Republican. You just run. But I've made up my mind. I've made up my mind that I'm going to run. That I'm going to put a committee together. I want a committee of about 15 people, maybe 20. And you have to have someone with you that is not knowledgeable. Yeah, you're right, Sean. It's non-partisan, but politicians will let you know which party they support. I don't support neither one. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm independent in my voting. I don't even always vote along racial lines. Because some of the blacks that be running shit, I know your story. But I'm going to run. I will get very little ministerial support. And one of the things I know is some ministers would maybe want to support me openly, but they can't. Either where they get their white money from won't allow them, or they are fearful of what other preachers would say. Not Tanasia Williams. I hate ignorance. If I just said I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, why would you ask on the page, will you run as a Republican or a Democrat? Why? Why would you be that stupid? When I just said I won't run as neither. That city races are non-partisan races. If I need to break that down for you, Miss Williams, that means that you don't run based on a party. Whew. Grassroots. We will raise money on a grassroots basis. People placing donations, giving donations. One of the things that I have on my side is the factor that my name is probably bigger than anybody else's name that's going to be running. Um, I've got name recognition, and a lot of times, a lot of politicians have to raise money to get their name out there. Well, my name's out there. I have all of these mediums and my big Facebook page. I'll be back on in about 15 days. And my thing with that is, I gotta let some of the bullshit that y'all say go, or just block you off the page and not let that page go down. The new Facebook page is good and it's almost to 5,000 friends. But my main page, I want it too. I want to broadcast from all of my mediums. I'm grateful for Ms. Pearl Walker for inviting me to come and be on her show. And I'm sure there may be one or two more that will. Some won't. Some talk show hosts will not, I mean, that has an audience, will not. I do not expect to do the Bill Johnson show. I don't expect to do that. That's the reason I do these two shows a day. And I got practice in doing this shit. I've been on radio and TV for over 40 years. I'm ready to debate anybody on the issues. That is, what will you do for downtown Memphis? Not shit. I don't care if another building is built. I don't care if another developer makes a dime. You as a developer, you want to be able to develop, then how much are you going to contribute to a fund that I'm going to call a snitch fund. See, people know who's killing. Like this family that has contacted me about their 18-year-old son that was lured to a graduation party. Somebody now there know who the killer is. I know you got your 528 cash. $1,000 only excites a certain crowd. But when you said $10,000 or $5,000, it's a folk gonna tell on their mama for $10,000. Mr. Developer, before we develop any more buildings, build any more hotels, we got to build some lives. We got to build some structure in the city. So I'm gonna call it. I might change the name. I don't know, but I like the name Snitch Fund. But it ain't snitching. It's really telling the truth. It's telling what's right. It's you being a good citizen. But the money motivates you to be nice. It motivates you to be good. COAC units will start back. Community policing. Police taking turns in communities, walking a beat. Using the PSTs for more than coming to a traffic scene. We got to get a handle on this. Using, and I gave you the curfew law several days ago. Lobbying the city council to raise the citation fee of a parent from $50 to $200. Using the very wording of the curfew law. I don't understand with the police that we want to just sit on the expressway watching for speeders. Why people are so comfortable with all of this road rage. Sean Daniels, I agree with you. There needs to be an increase in the salaries of police officers, starting police officers. You're not going to get quality police officers at the rate you're paying them. Police officers who have to take on part-time jobs that have to be okayed by the city to feed their families. Pay them. Put the police officers back in the community in their squad cars where they live. Restructure the neighborhood watch program. You will hear many candidates try to speak the same language that I'm speaking, but you'll be a Johnny come lately because I didn't say it 2 years earlier. You what we used to call in school a copycat. You trying to look on my paper. Don't come trying to say and have the same platform that I have, and you've been in office for 8 years, and you're still in office right now, and you ain't said nothing. I will call you out. And please know, anybody that runs, that if you decide to slap me, you want to bring up my past and all that shit. I ain't saved enough to turn the other cheek. I'm coming at your ass. I would have done, and some of y'all ain't even got to go. And look, I already got a file on you. I will not be politically correct. I will not be your professional politician. I won't be wearing them gray and black suits. I'm gonna put on my pinstripes and shit. When you see me, you gonna know that motherfucker was sharp as a motherfucker at the meeting. They're gonna try to avoid me coming to the meetings, putting me on the forums, putting me on the debates. I've debated for a living for over 40 years. Bring the motherfucker on. If you want to talk about infrastructure and you want to talk about development, then how come we're not building up in the inner city? You just want to do it downtown and out east. Or I'm going to wear my alligator shoes, Chanel. It will be a fashion show when I show up. Well, what about industry coming into Memphis? If you ain't got no job for my black people in the inner city, don't come. You won't get no, you can come, I mean, but you won't get no tax break. You won't get the mayor signing out on, you get nothing free, the pilot program, payment in lieu of taxes. No, motherfucker, if you can't give people in the inner city some jobs, good paying jobs, fuck you. I made it too cold in here, man. Shoot, I was back in the bed. It was freezing now. My legs just as cold. It's one of these mornings I just put a shirt on. I ain't got no pants on. Shit. And my legs cold. Because that's all y'all see anyway. Shit. And the way I'm feeling when I get through with this 1 hour. Ooh, 7 minutes. I'm going back and lay down. I'm going to give me a bowl of grapefruit. I don't feel like going nowhere to get nothing to eat. I can't get no blanket, Chanel. I can get on. This shirt is long enough that I got on that you couldn't see a thing nowhere. conceal my sexiness. Yeah. But if anyone has any questions, you can call me. I ain't got my questions on the board. Uh, You can call me 901 231 9239. So for right now, I've got basically two people in mind, and that's Miss Lucille Catron and my friend that's moving back from Chicago. Now she's from Michigan, but she's lived in Memphis 20 years, and she said she could not endure another winter in Chicago. And that's a young lady by the name of Crystal Blair. And I'm going to be looking for other people who have strong ideas. And I'm not looking for people that just agree with me. You ain't no help to me. What happened with the policing director? We got a new one. She starts on I think it's next month. I don't know. Shit. But we can make this a better city. But we have to let the criminal know that you can't just run roughshod. You'll be on social media showing your guns, your machine guns, unlawful weapons. I don't understand that because the Memphis Police Department has a whole unit, a whole unit that is dedicated to social media. You got detectives. So you mean to tell me you got these people with all of these guns that are illegal weapons? They on Facebook showing their face. And you can't do nothing about it? So if you got some questions, don't just, because I ain't finna sit here and try to read all that shit on these boards. You got something you want to know from me, then call me. And these people that's talking about defunding the police, bullshit.
To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1.
Yes, who is this?
This Andre, what's going on, Pastor?
This who? I can't hear you.
I say this Andre.
Yes, Andre, what can I do for you?
What's going on with you?
Sir, what can I do for you?
I need some bills.
Then send me some money.
Give me information, because I ain't online. I'll just call your number.
What
Who I send the money to?
did you realize I was on the air when you called me?
No, I didn't know you was on the air.
Okay. How many pills you want on coffee?
How they come? A friend of mine was telling me about it.
You get a month's supply for $120.
about a week.
You broke, huh?
I got a little young girl.
And you broke.
Who broke?
Send me $60, man.
What's your cash at? You always try to call somebody broke.
Man, look, man. You called me in the middle of my show. I don't give a damn if your dick ever get hard. Okay.
I'm just saying, how you
I'm in the middle of my show, brother. I don't
what
care.
kind of nigga you is?
That's the kind of nigga I am, man.
Country ass. No, you country.
Okay, well, fuck. I don't give a fuck if your dick never get hard. And your $60 don't mean enough to me for me to tolerate your bullshit. They need a week supply. You can go fuck an oak tree. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, I'm in the middle of my show. I don't need nothing but a week supply. I got a little young girl. I guess you ain't gonna fuck the next week. Shit. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Fuck the oak tree.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's your name, sir?
This is your Modesto friend, Clifton. Pastor Clifton.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Hey man, God bless you, man. Whenever you see Modesto, that's me. But I was just wondering, like, hey Pastor, when you make it as a mayor in any political circle, my question to you is, how do you explain that? I mean, like, you're the common person, you know, like you would be a different politician than anybody that's ever been on the scene. And I'm just like, how will you explain that to people that will be so different? But you'll be representing everybody, but you be a different kind of.
You're familiar, Pastor, with the scripture that says, and the common people heard him gladly. Man, I am not trying to explain to the big muckety mucks who I am. People that have lived in
That's
this,
right.
people who have lived in this city already know who I am. They basically know what I stand for. They just don't like the way a lot of times that I present it. So it's not presenting it to them. It's presenting the results that I say that I'm going to do. There is nothing to explain. You just do it, man. See, the mayor of the city of Memphis has sole contract signing power. Can't shit happen if I don't sign the contract. I don't care if the city council votes to give you $1 million. If I don't sign the contract, you ain't getting $1 million. Okay? And the city council, the city council will have to understand that even if you can't work with me in trying to eliminate some of the crime in this city, then I can't work with you. I work for the people, not for the city council. Okay? So it's called implementation. I'm going to implement a plan. I'm going to plan my work and work my plan.
That's right.
And have people around me that I appoint that can get the job done. Okay? One of the things that the current mayor said Monday when I got this information of what was going on with the police director, and I asked this person, I said, what is being said about me running for mayor of the city of Memphis? What is the mayor saying? The mayor has told his people that if I'm elected, I would fire everyone on his staff day one. And guess what? He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
What I like, if I may, Pastor, interject real quick. What I like is that there ain't no plan. I mean, you would represent Memphis in a real way to big business, tech, and everything else in the United States. Because I support you all the way in Modesto. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, man, I'm gonna be asking you to send me some money all the way from Modesto.
All right, brother.
Shit.
God bless you.
If I gotta come out to Modesto and give a speech, shit, I'll
Hey,
come.
that would be cool. We love you at our church.
Well, bring me out there and let me preach one Sunday morning for you. I ain't been to California in over a year.
Well, you deserve it, man. You got a large platform, and you got people all over the world, man, listening to you. So we love you, Pastor Matthews.
Man, and one of the things here, man, the media gonna love me. Some of them will. Because it ain't gonna be that,
That's real.
it ain't gonna be that nice shit. Mr. Matthews,
Yeah.
Mr. Matthews,
Yeah.
you have a pass. You have a pass, and you're running for mayor. I'm gonna say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. I do have a pass, and so do you. God forgives, and fuck you.
Yes, sir. God bless you, man. I
Hey,
ain't
man.
gonna take too much time.
Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.
It's my pleasure
Yes,
talking
sir.
with
God
you, bro.
bless you, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Modesto out.
Modesto, California. I ain't never been to Modesto. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So as a grassroots campaign, I'm going to need grassroots money. I'm going to use the power of social media. And I'm going to need your munchies. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to need your munchies. I need to get away some more. Whew. Those of you that want to order the product, you can. It's Cash App, Naked Truth Ministries. Cash App, Naked Truth Ministries. Okay. Yeah, Cash App, Naked Truth Ministries. The smallest quantity you can get, if you like Jeffro, that is just called a few minutes ago, is 5 for $60. I've never met Sean King. Uh, Pastor, I just seen a picture of you on VH1. I don't know what the other were. They were talking about Lorenzo Wright. I did the biggest reporting on Lorenzo Wright. It was done by me. It was done by me. Uh, so I haven't seen the VH1. Somebody sent me a picture of it. I was in my yellow and black Steelers jacket. So, um, you know, and one of the things, even with the Lorenzo Wright case, hell, I might as well tell you. Let me just tell you. I used to hear from the Wright family, and this was just prior to me becoming the cussing pastor. I used to hear from the mother all the time because I had deep information. Cheryl Wright was scandalous. Cheryl Wright was fucking everybody, all of Lorenzo's family. If she had not pleaded guilty, you would have heard how they had attempted to kill Lorenzen in Atlanta. Okay. Yeah. And they went into the house that Lorenzen was living in Atlanta, and he just happened not to be here. The other guy goes on, I can't think of his name right now, goes on trial supposedly January 31st of next year, and I think it'll be delayed. But I think that there are more people involved in it. There was a whole lot of stuff that I had laid out with a whole lot of names. Whole lot of names. But the situation came around. I knew names. I knew names. I knew about her being at the car wash. I knew how Lorenzen was having problems with his friends because they wanted to fuck his woman. And she was fuckable. But she's trying to get a reduced sentence now. She filed Monday for reduction. I thought she would have got life. That's probably, she got 25, I think she got 35 years. She's eligible for parole next year. But the Friday night, and you know what? Partially of how I became the cussing pastor was due to that case. I I was in my office on that was December the 17th, which was a Saturday. I did about 4 hours from my desk in that same jacket, the one that's got over several million hits. And I did a 4 hour show from my desk on Cheryl Wright and laying out some things. And I went into about a, I don't do no videos. Okay. I don't do videos at all. Okay. Um, Goddamn, motherfucker. Cut off. There. And about 3 minutes of it, I went into a cussing rage. And somebody took the 3 minutes and started calling me here a cussing pastor. By that Saturday, I had a little bit over 1 million views from all over the world. But going back to it, um, that Friday night, his mother had let it be known that she couldn't pay her bills. Okay. I raised in 2 days for Loretta Wright's mother, right at $7,000. right? $7,000. I took her the $7,000, and I have not heard from her not one time since I placed the $7,000 cash money in her hand. Mhm. So I really got off of the case. Uh, but my program, my TV show and my media program raised $7,000. People were coming by the church. People were coming by the TV station. So my record of service to this community. When people ask me, what have you done? I buried your mamas. I buried your dead sisters and brothers. I purchased graves. I purchased caskets. I fed 1,000 people at one time. I fed people that would not come to my church building on a Sunday, but you surrounded the church when I was giving out free bags of groceries. And sometimes with this running for mayor, you think about all of that and you just ask yourself, man, why are you doing it? You try to help people, you try to be there for people, and they turn their backs on you. Why you want to do this? You ain't got it to do. I guess I'm just crazy. I guess that's what you call it. I'm just crazy. And you can get used. You can get used. Man, I don't know how many times I've said I wasn't gonna help nobody else. No, I ain't feeding nobody else. I ain't paying nobody else's rent. I ain't gonna make sure. I remember 2 Christmases, 3 Christmases. I spent thousands of dollars of my money for toys for children that wouldn't have nothing. Did I ever see them back at the church? Nah. Mm-mm. There are people that are there just for you to help them. And then when you don't help them, you're the worst person in the world. I got a cemetery right now. They gave me 10 plots for advertising. Yeah, I believe other people whispered in her ear after I gave her the money. I do. I got 10 plots in a North Memphis cemetery that I won't even use. I won't even give them to nobody. The last time I tried to help, I tried to help a family. They had no money, but they didn't want to be buried there. I said, the motherfucker dead. Nice little cemetery. Hell, when you dead, they all the same. Then I had a family earlier this year. I was going to help them. They wouldn't call me back. Oh, you don't need to talk to Thaddeus Matthews. Didn't pay for the grave. Then I had one other person. They want the grave, da 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 da. I said, well, I'm gonna give you the grave. Y'all will have to pay. I think it was like $250 for the opening and the closing of the grave. You know they got mad. Damn. So I just said, fuck it. Okay, it's after I'm going back and lay down. I ain't feeling good. I just pushed myself through this show. I'm gonna get me a bowl of I like ruby red grapefruit. I'm gonna get me a big bowl of ruby red grapefruit and get back in the bed until the time to do the 7 o'clock show. And sometimes you just shake your head. You shake your head at people. Just shake your head. You do. You just shake your head. Sometimes it hurts a little bit, but you just go on. Just go on. All right, I'm going to lay down. Yeah, it is quite discouraging. It is. It is. Somehow I just know this is going to be foolish. You ain't saying nothing. Okay. Yeah. All right, let me go before I get on my soapbox. Y'all need to go and order this product. Come on, get it. If you ain't got but a little money, get your 5 pills for a week. That ain't but $60. Cash out. Naked Truth Ministries. Cash out. Naked Truth Ministries. Okay. Cash out. If you want to go in business, I can put you in business. $650. Cash App. If you ain't got Cash App, Zelle. Go to your bank, Zelle. cussingpastormember@gmail.com. All right, y'all.